Damn, Pocket, never do your job.
Never.
Alright, we just gonna dive right into it, man. What else, y'all? We already gonna talk about the new big three. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't saying nothing.
Okay, before we even get into that, you feel me? Like I said, like I just want to start off, you know what I'm saying? Some mini segments. Start off, so we got Dwight Howard. Is that a slow clap?
That's all the shit you get for getting Dwight Howard, bro.
I'm like when it came down to it, I was like, dang, bro. Like I was hating because I'm about to say, I'm about to step up. I was hating all the way up to like getting him, but now that we got him, you feel me? All right, he on the spot, let's get it. I'm gonna need a solid 10-7, maybe 12-6.
Dwight Howard just came a ways, bro. Oh my gosh.
Like I just want him to come in. Like I don't want him to come in thinking he Boogie. You feel me? Like Boogie was really about to be our third option. I don't want him coming in be like, yeah, man, I'm the third option. You're not.
I don't think he's saying it like that, bro.
I'm saying like, he was like, I'm not even. Oh, that's a good pass. Ooh, I jumped too. That's embarrassing. Yeah, he was like, I know he said like I hit rock bottom, I just want to make a change, da 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 da, and I believe that, bro. Like I really believe people can change. Like I truly believe that. Our point guard is trash. Just don't change on my team. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm selfish. Don't come to my team to be like the experiment year. I gotta stop. I gotta hurt my man because he's supposed to help me. Like come to me when you already complete, and then come to my team.
Jokes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to win a championship. Like, you feel me? Cause like when you still working on the comeback, you have relapses. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not trying to have. Do I have moments where you're like, oh, I forgot, like I am supposed to be taking this serious, like this is not just a game, da 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 da. I'm like, bro, like.
I think he is taking this serious, bro. It's a non-guaranteed contract. So how can you not take it serious, bro? If you start playing bad, you gonna get cut. You know what I'm saying? So it's not no experiment year, bro. This is the year. Like you know what I'm saying? You want to get it.
I admit, I was saying you get Ryan Anderson. I didn't know that he was on the Suns last year, but I just thought it would have been better because
he can't play D.
Like, well, I'm saying this. I didn't want him to start or anything. I wanted to be like, was the starting lineup be what? Avery Bradley, Danny Green, LeBron, AD, and JaVale, or Danny Green, Kuzma, LeBron, AD, and JaVale, whatever the starting five is, right? And then like once JaVale goes to the bench, bring in Ryan Anderson, and then move AD to the five because AD gonna play five no matter what. Like as much as people like he don't want to play the five, da 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 da. It doesn't matter, bro. No matter what, he's gonna play the five at some point. Dang. So like that's what I'm saying. Like you might as well. Wow, we got that board. That's what I'm saying. You might as well got like a shooter. So then when he does have to play five, it's like you open the space. That's why I wanted Ryan Anderson so badly.
I get what you're saying,
like I'm saying, like he even played in the Suns last year.
He couldn't even play on the Suns last year. You couldn't even crack that rotation, bro. My man really can't play no defense. Like he came out of Orlando just splashing. You know what I'm saying? Got paid to be a splasher, and you know, that's all he do, just splash. He's that white guy in the rec. Like, oh, I can't guard my guy. You know, it's just it's not athletically possible.
Every two I give up and give three back, I'm gonna give three back.
Exactly.
But yeah, I'm just saying if he can get like a block and a half, average a block and a half. You feel me? So like just so our paint like AD gonna get his two, JaVale gonna get his two. If he can get a block and a half, just so
you got your high on JaVale McGee.
I mean, he was solid last year. I just want him to like if he could bring what he brought last year, I'm good. Like I understand last year, like the prove a year, like to let him know like I'm not just the Warriors. I'm not just like a complimentary. Complimentary piece, is that the word? You know what I'm saying? Like I can actually do some things out here, and he really impressed me last year. I really was like, good job, JaVale. Like I was waiting for JaVale to do some JaVale things. Good shot.
Damn.
I was waiting for JaVale to do some JaVale things, and he just like he really impressed me last year. So I was really impressed. Like he handled his business. He was making shots. He was getting like I'm saying. So like if I can get the same thing last year again, like bring his minutes down. You feel me? I'm just. Oh, he threw that. What are you doing? Oh, lucky.
No.
But yeah.
Why would you throw that?
Like I'd be really solid.
And I got dunked on. We'll see what's up, bro. Dwight is not that. I don't honestly like in this stage of his career. I feel like he's not gonna super hurt us.
I'm not even about to hurt him. It's not even about hurt, but like you said, like it's an unguaranteed contract. But my man has played like 9 games. He played 9 games last year, bro.
True.
Like dang, Lonzo played more games than that, and they say Lonzo's injury prone. That's a good move. You feel me? Like I haven't seen him play, bro. Like in like 3 years. Like didn't watch him in the Hornets. Didn't watch him on the Rockets. Didn't watch him in Atlanta. Didn't watch him in Washington. So I'm like,
I saw you.
oh, I got fancy. I got fancy. I should have just went up regular. Ah, that's my fault.
I can't even make a pass.
That's what I get. That's what I get for being. I should just take it up.
Hold up, I gotta find my iPad. Also,
That's 2.
Alright, that's cool.
That's 2 in a row.
That's cool.
Yeah. But I'm saying like I'm not saying I'm getting more nervous. I'm not even more nervous because of the whole like. Do I think I'm more nervous on the whole Doc River thing? You feel me?
Yeah.
Like.
Hey, did you get the iPad?
Like the Clippers are really looking like the real deal, man. Like.
Who's looking like the real deal?
Like I was. The Clippers, like I was even like their organization is solid from top to bottom, so it's kind of like I'm like, dang, it's one thing like, all right, I get it, you have a team, whatever. Oh, I forgot he's a post scorer stretch for him. I get it, you have a team, whatever, but I'm like, we still have the best top 2, right? Like who gonna beat LeBron and AD? But then like when you go from like we got the logo, we got Doc Rivers, we got Ty Lue, then we got a nice team. And they all play defense. You feel me? And we got some Coopers on our team. MVP, we have a champion and an MVP candidate on our team. And I was like, and we got a pit bull at the point who gonna come at y'all, give it up. Thank you. Who's gonna come at y'all head every game, every play. You feel me? With a chip on his shoulder. Nice, boy. It's just like, dang,
I mean, the Clippers are stacked up, bro. We gotta do what we can against them.
It's just like
and that's where Dwight comes in.
And I'm really like, I'm not gonna lie, people sleep on him, but I'm really excited to watch the new Warriors.
Oh, you think so?
Like, obviously it's not gonna be the KD Warriors, but I think they might get more buckets this year. So obvious. I thought if I held it on for a second, like he'd be like, oh, he taking it or something. But I'm really excited, bro. Like because like obviously KD can get a bucket whenever he wants, but that boy D Russ can get a bucket, bro. Oh, yeah. And he definitely can spread the floor. Steph could definitely play off the ball more, like come off the screens. And if he come off the screens, like D Russ is like he's gonna fall into the system. You feel me?
Yeah.
He's immature, but he's not. He's immature. Oh, he shot that. Oh, he made that. He's immature, but he not like his basketball IQ compared to his like in life IQ, I guess, like not street IQ. I don't know how to say it. You feel me? It's completely different. It's like that boy's a baller for sure. Like he'll fit in any system. And like I said, when Steph is off the he's a post scorer stretch. I don't know how I'm gonna stop that. When Steph is off the floor, you feel me? He's gonna get a bucket. He's gonna dime them up, all that stuff. And then when Clay gets back.
And one.
When Clay gets back, it's gonna be like I'm really excited. I want Clay back to get even faster. Like I'm not trying to pressure him. No KD, don't come back and rupture your stuff again. Da 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 da. I'm not trying to. Oh, he got me. Oh, he's off. I'm not trying to pressure him to come back. Like when he comes back, I want to see how it's gonna work, man. That's
exactly. Everybody wants to see how it works.
I think they're gonna be higher than people give them credit for. I think they're gonna do better than Portland.
I mean, everybody can be better than Portland.
I'm saying record-wise though. Like yeah, Portland is obviously, you feel me? I mean, again, like I had this argument with the homie the other day. He was like, Portland gonna do better this year. I'm like, how they gonna do better? They did get out the way. Thank you. I'm like, how they gonna do better? They made it to the Western Conference Finals. Are you making it to the Western Finals? So I was like,
they're not gonna get swept this time in the Western Conference Finals.
I was saying, I'm like, how they gonna do better? That's mine, right? Yes, let's go. Back to you.
Back to you.
He was shooting. Well, that boy got 4 in the first half. Like, how you gonna do better? You know what I'm saying? He was like, oh, you know what I'm saying? They could win a game. They could win a game.
That's exactly. That's all they. You know what I'm saying?
I was like, but they still gonna lose. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, they got Nurkic and Whiteside, and who else did they just pick up?
Pau.
Great defense. Ah. I'm sorry. Say again.
Pau Gasol.
And Pau, right? How old is Pau Gasol now?
Old enough.
I'm saying. All right. You have anything else you want to say in the basketball before I get into Spider-Man? You know what I'm saying?
Let's get into shocking news that took over the whole country.
Yeah. Took over my life. Oh, I jumped too early. All right. If you guys have not heard, you're looking under a rock.
No, it's no spoiler.
You feel me? I'm saying, like, if you haven't heard, Sony and Marvel, or Sony and Disney, however you want to say it, got into an argument. I swear I put R1 in circle. But anyways, got into not even an argument, but like they just couldn't come to agreement, which I guess is an argument exactly, on money. You know what I'm saying? When it comes down to it, it's all about the money. You feel me? Money.
About the money.
Money. You feel me? They couldn't come into agreement on how much Disney should get for Spider-Man. And because, dang, that's my fault. I'm trash. I'm playing trash as heck today. And because they couldn't come to agreement, it's at this point, Spider-Man is no longer a part of the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
The world, bro. Everybody thought Tom Holland was the one.
I swear, bro. I said to this day, bro. I thought Tom Holland's Spider-Man was the best Spider-Man out of all of them, and I grew up with Tobey Maguire.
Oh, for real. That's why I'm shocked you keep saying that.
That's what I'm saying. I really like Spider-Man 1.
Spider-Man 2
was probably Spider-Man 2 might be the best like Spider-Man out of all the Spider-Mans. I feel like out of all the Spider-Mans, I think Spider-Man 2 is the best. But as a Spider-Man, I feel Tom Holland is the best. And I really mess with Far From Home. Like, I've already getting spoilers on the end of this Far From Home, so like I'm not gonna spoil it again. Spoiler alert! They're all scrolls. I'm not gonna get no spoiler alert.
They're all scrolls.
But
might as well know now.
For me, well, you don't know. Like, he's leaving, so who cares now? So yeah. So basically, what happened was Marvel wanted 50%. You feel me? For of profits and revenue and stuff like that. And Sony was like, "Are you crazy? You lost your damn mind. we gonna give you 50% on a billionaire franchise, $1 billion franchise." He was like, bro, we was making billions before you.
Right.
He was like, what I look like giving you 50% just because y'all making better movies. So he was like, yep, I should have went in. So they was like, all right, for sure. Like, we done with you. He's nothing to you, which is really heartbreaking to me because he was about to carry this franchise.
Oh.
He was really about to carry this franchise. Like, really, you feel me? Like, no Anakin. Like, good, let's go. Like, think about it. Like, keep it a buck. Like, honestly, comment down below. I'll try to really comment down below. Like, who, if you don't believe, if Spider-Man was still in the MCU, who was gonna carry the franchise? Now that he's not in the MCU, who's gonna carry the franchise? Like, honestly, we lost everybody. Like, that's why they were so confident of letting like Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans go. They was like, "Alright, we're good.
Got Tom.
Like, we got Spider-Man." He's gonna give me the work. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. He's gonna give me the work. Okay. Like, literally, like, keep it a buck. Like, who's gonna do it? Captain Marvel? Doubt it. Wanda? Doubt it. Vision? He's dead. You feel me? Like, Doctor Strange? Loki? Is Loki about to? Oh, why you look at your hand? That's hilarious.
3 dunks in a row.
Like, Falcon? Is the Falcon about to like carry? Come on, man. Like, Tom Holland really was, but like that's all he showed like in Far From Home. Like, they was like, who's gonna take up after Iron Man and stuff like that. I'm trying to get out of his way, bro. But he's just sprinting into the corner. Why are you sprinting into the corner? Dang, you're the point guard. Stay up top. Like, that's why in Far From Home, remember, like, the whole thing was like, who's gonna become the new Iron Man? Everybody was like, oh, Spider-Man's gonna be the new Iron Man, and they was right, because it was like, who else gonna do it? Like he was like, we need a, like, You know what I'm saying? I'm really like, even like not even trying to like debate. Like I'm really trying to ask a question. Like I'm really trying to think. Like Black Panther. Like who's gonna be the new Cap? Who's gonna be the new Iron Man? Stuff like that. Like honestly, good move. So like now that he's not, so basically now that he's not in MCU. Like we have.
What are we gonna do? I don't even know, bro. That's tough. Yeah, for real. That's why they're losing a lot of money.
I'm not even excited anymore.
Hold on,
like
wait for it. Throw it now. Oh, almost.
Oh, you gonna get a shot off too. I just waited. I was like, it's going out.
Well. Good job. Oh, you gonna come down and shoot?
I'm like, gonna get a good shot. Like I'm not even excited about Phase 4 and Phase 5 and Phase 6 no more. I'm really not, bro. Like I really could care less.
You have a claim to be not excited. Yeah, you have a claim.
Now, you feel me? Like before, like I think before, like I was excited. Oh my god, Loki getting his own show. Oh my god, what if, you feel me? Maybe we get a Hulk versus Wolverine. Oh my god, like Wanda and Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange about to be the first dark horror film in the MCU. Like, whenever Marvel does no wrong, no matter what they make, is gonna be phenomenal. But now I'm like, I was even excited for the Eternals. I don't even know the Eternals. I was like, oh my god, we're gonna get Galactus, and we're gonna get Adam Warlock and all this stuff. Like I was over here hyped like a mug, and now I'm looking at like, ooh, I didn't load that. Ooh, fuck it. And now I'm looking at like, who cares?
Basically.
Like, look at this one news. I'm like, who cares? Like, really what's like making me sad was at this point, I feel like we're never gonna get that Avengers Assemble moment again. You feel me? Like, oh, he shot that too. Pow. I feel like we're never gonna get that moment again. You feel me? We're never gonna get that Cap America pick up Mjolnir moment again.
Facts.
And like before Endgame ended, when Endgame ended, I was like suspect, but I was like, no, come on, you can't steal that, man. I'm like, we're in good hands. Like Tom Holland is a phenomenal actor. Well, Spider-Man, I don't know. I haven't seen other stuff yet. I haven't seen it. He's a phenomenal Spider-Man. He's an acrobat. His acrobatic skills is hilarious. I love him. I feel like I said it from the get-go. I thought when I saw Spider-Man: Homecoming, I really felt like he was the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. Like he was the first one. I was like, oh, this is literally the friendly neighborhood Spider-Man. So and he was making quips, stuff like that. I really missed him. So I say this to let y'all know that they came out with a new deal.
Oh, they did?
It has not been confirmed. It has not been confirmed or anything like that. Like there's no agreement and stuff like that. But came out with Marvel has came out with like a new proposal to you take over, to Sony, where in the new deal it's like a new Spider-Man deal rumored to include 7 movies, including Avengers, the new Avengers. Oh, thank you for getting this panel. It's being rumored that Disney has offered Sony another deal over keeping Spider-Man in the MCU, which includes a 7-picture deal, new Avengers films, and an appearance at the D23 Expo and more.
That's good news then. Now everybody should start rejoicing.
But it's just, I say, this is just an offer. They didn't accept it, and they were supposed to accept it before Saturday. It's Sunday.
Oh, Sunday.
Exactly. So there's that.
Oh, beat it up off him.
Let's go. According to the new deal, Disney wants a 6-picture deal with Tom Holland with an option for a 7th. There are 3 more Spider-Mans. There are 3 more Spider-Man films after Spider-Man 3, which will be a new trilogy. I'm not running. Take it yourself. There are 3. Come on, guys. There are 3 more Spider-Man. Oh, sorry, I already said that. The second trilogy will focus on Peter Parker's college years, including plans for Peter to meet up and team up with Firestar and Iceman from X-Men.
Oh, that'd have been nice.
That would have been. The other 3 movies are 2 Avenger films in which Spider-Man will have a larger role and become friends with Johnny Storm, Human Torch. Marvel Studios will helm and co-finance all Spider-Man related movies for 30% of full profits. So remember, it was 50% before. This time they're only asking for 30%. Disney previously wanted 50%, but Sony said no, which led to the talks falling apart. I jumped too early. Sony would distribute, but Disney will acquire exclusive digital and online rights for Disney Plus and affiliated TV networks. Marvel Studios will helm and co-finance Spider-Verse live-action spin-offs under the same terms, which would have been amazing. That would mean that'd be a Spider-Gwen. That could be another Miles Morales movie, but live-action. It could be a Spider-Pig, a Spider-Pig. I'm just saying, like, it could have, like, that type of like Spider-Verse could have been anything. You feel me? Like I said, Spider-Gwen. We could have got a Actually, let's go. I got it. That could have been his. I'm trying to remember what his out of bounds. You're trash. I'm trying to remember what his clone was. But oh, it could have been a Spider 2099. Like you know what I'm saying? Like like the all the Spider-Mans out there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like all your favorite Spider-Mans. Oh, take it. I'm still doing this. Venom would relocate into the MCU. Yeah, don't throw it at me. Oh, he threw that out. Maybe I should come down.
I was like, bro, I just need an outlet to pass back on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Venom would relocate to the MCU. So the Venom movie y'all saw before, I know some people loved it. I thought it was whatever. I ain't saying no names. People might be on the pod.
Nah, people might be on the pod. Oh, they might be on the pod watching. Yeah, you're right.
Like, I thought it was really whatever. Dang, I'm nice. I'm not even focused. Like, think about it. Like, we would have had another Venom, much better than Spider-Man 3 Venom. And he would have came in, maybe would have got a Venom, Tom Hardy, Venom. Like I said, I wasn't tripping on Tom Hardy being Venom. I thought he was fine. I just thought the story itself was suspect. And, like, we'd got that, and we'd have got Carnage, which I still would have been okay with being, dang, I can't remember my man's name.
I know. Who they get to I forgot. Homeboy from, yeah, White Man Can Jump.
White Man Can Jump. I feel terrible. I know his name, and I know as soon as we get off this pod, you feel me?
Oh, for sure.
I know as soon as I get off the pod, I know his name. But, no, you didn't! Bro, that's the second time on the pod, I swear to God, they've done that to me.
Bro, he legit called a timeout.
Bro,
on a bang
what
out.
Are you doing?
On a bang out. And now he wants to get. Now he wants to get blocked.
Oh, there you go. Let me see it. Please show me. Exactly. Oh my God, bruh. Oh my God, fam.
That's why I don't play these randoms.
You see what we deal with? I'm just happy that people on the pod can see what we deal with. They'd be like, "Oh, he's quitting. Please do." But yeah, I would have cool with all that. I would have been cool with Tom Hardy. We're cool with, you know what I'm saying? Keep the same, like, universe, but just put in the MCU. And because if we get the MCU, right? It's coming to you. If we put it in the MCU, we could have got an Agent Venom. You feel me? So basically, that, like, Venom is already an anti-hero, right? Great defense. But then once he gets once he becomes Agent Venom, he's a legit hero, and like he has a military background and stuff like that. He's shooting people, even though he's Venom. Don't ask me why he's shooting people. But you feel me? I mean, we could have if we get Venom in the MCU, we could have got a Venom Hulk, a Venom Groot. You feel me? Like, the possibilities is endless, and Sony is really just hating right now.
It's all about the money, bro. These companies, like, they see it, like, you know, the way, like, you know, these streaming companies and people's interest in, like, the modern classics. It's just too much. You gotta, like, try to earn, or you try to fight with what you want to get. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm saying. But it's just like, man, I just wish, like, you'd find a company, bro. Like, and I understand, bro. Like, it's all about the money, but I'm like, like, at a certain point, I wish you'd just be like, yo, we make money like that. Like, why don't we just give the fans what they want? You feel me? And what we want. Like, I refuse to believe there has to be people in Disney, there has to be people in Sony that are like just comic book geeks and be like, this would be the greatest thing ever. Like just like, bro. So, like I said, bro. Like, I was telling the homegirl the other day, like, bro, I can't tell you how many times I've seen Endgame, bro. I can't tell you. Like, I obviously saw it twice in the theater. Then I saw it at least. Remember, Rome sent us the link on the phone. It was the bootleg link. I saw that. I saw it 3 times on the phone, and then I legit bought it and then watched it again. And when I watched it for like the 6th time, 7th time, right, and that whole like cap on your left, I still got chills, bro. I knew it was gonna happen. Bro. I quoted it and everything right before it happened. I was like, on your left. You feel me? I'm quoting it and everything. I knew it was gonna happen. And I still was like, as soon as he came out, the whole squad came out and stuff like that, I was like, really goosebumps, bro. And I'm like, bro, like, how is it I've seen this movie like 8 times, 10 times, 100 times, and I'm still getting goosebumps on scenes that I know it's gonna happen, bro. That's how, you know what I'm saying? Wow, that's like the 6th time you've done it. That's good filmmaking. You feel me? And you're telling me, like, you're gonna take out Tom Holland and Spider-Man from the MC universe and like rob your fan. Oh, I'm trash. I'll fall. Oh, he's a lockdown. Don't worry about that. Rob the fans of that moment again over money, bruh. And they even, like I said, they even made a new deal. Ooh, I got pity patted. Like they even told you 30%. Like, well, all right, bruh. Like you said, it's a $1 billion. It's a $1 billion franchise. You feel me? Y'all don't see that dude on fire? Y'all don't see that sharpshooter on fire right there?
It's lockdown.
He was both. So he was like, it's just heartbreaking, bro. Like, I'm really hurt, bro. Like, so much stuff. Like, and then like, they started announcing stuff at D23, obviously. She-Hulk and Miss Marvel, and Moon Knight, and which again, like, for a split second, like, you feel me? I low-key forgot. I was like, oh snap, they're doing Miss Marvel and Moon Knight, and I'm not even that's my fault. He made it too. I'm trash. And it's like, I'm not even like a Miss Marvel fan or a Moon Knight fan, but just the things they can get into with that, fam. Like, we know Moon Knight, I believe, is schizophrenic and has multi-personality disorder. So the things they could talk about, you feel me? Like, because we already know, like, mental health is so big, especially like nowadays, where back in the day, like, when you, like, during, like, people grew up after the war, like, if someone was like, oh, I have ADHD, or someone says I have depression, stuff like that, your parents are like, if you don't grow up, bro, be a man, and da-da-da-da, like, that's how they looked at it, you feel me? But now, in this day and age, like, we really take mental health seriously, like, we really
got to,
look
bro.
at anxiety.
It can change your life.
We really look at anxiety. We really look at depression. We really look at stuff like that. Like, we look at stuff like that, like, oh my god, like, that's a real disorder, like, we really need help, or you really need, like, we can help you and stuff like that, like, go, like, like, back in the day, remember, like, therapy was looked at as such, like, like, I'm trying not to cuss, but like such a, like, a bit, you feel me?
Yeah.
Like, if you went to therapy, like, you was like a, you feel me? But now it's like people look at people who are happy, rich, successful, stuff like that, a great family, you feel me? No arguments, you feel me? Like, people who are like what's it called? Husband and wife that have no problems, have a phenomenal family, phenomenal kids, stuff like that. They still do marriage counseling just to make their marriage better. You feel me?
Oh, for sure.
Like, people who are CEOs, bosses, stuff like that, got like great companies, $1 million, $1 billion companies are going to therapy just to be like, yo, it's just you're saying this is for my mental health.
Facts.
Oh, fam, how'd you get that? I was just like, so the step they could take with Moon Knight and Miss Marvel, as we know, Miss Marvel, we know Captain Marvel used to be was Miss Marvel first. So yeah. I don't know where they're gonna go. We're gonna go with that. But Miss Marvel now in the comics is a small Muslim girl.
Oh, really?
Who you know what I'm saying? Who practices Islam and stuff like that. And
that's actually pretty interesting.
She's friends with Spider-Man. You feel me? And they can really go, like, you really go into the part where, like, yo, I'm saying, like, as we know, we're like, we know how you know what I'm saying, us as US. You feel me? Look at I'm sorry, I thought you was passing. I was already shooting.
No, I thought I hit that. You want me to keep it a buck? I thought I hit that.
Like, exactly. Like, look at different ethnicities, especially the Muslim culture, you feel me? Because people look at the Muslim culture and they're like, oh, you're Muslim, fam, you must be a terrorist, you feel me?
Facts.
Like, nah, bro, like, if you think about it, bro, like, Muslim preaching is just like, it's similar to Christianity, bro. You believe in one true God, you believe in, like, I'm about to lose all our subscribers right here going this
yeah, you're really going somewhere with this, bro.
Like, but I'm here, already, so I'm gonna keep going.
Hey, we're gonna break it up to 2 parts.
That's what I'm saying. Okay. So I'm like,
after this game, we're gonna, yeah.
Exactly. Like, you feel me? Like, they believe in peace and, like, love and stuff like that. And all that
Yeah,
stuff. Like,
I was talking to my coworker about this yesterday, too. I was like, bro, why do everybody target you guys? Like, I understand, like, stuff happened, like, in 2001 in the past and stuff, but, like, legit, like, niggas.
And I understand, bro. Like, that was really, like, life-changing for not even just some people, like, to this day.
Everybody.
Bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? To this day, we still have, repercussions out of college.
Repercussions? I went to college, don't matter, I know what it means.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it's repercussions, but, like, I'm trying to think of, like, I'm trying to think of the word exactly, because, like, you know how, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm here, so I'm going. I really take this, like ethnicity and racism and all that stuff, like, really seriously. So when I get here, like, I just go. But, like, we know, like, we still battle, like, as African American, you know what I'm saying? We still battle, like, things we were taught, like, 400, 500 years ago, like how slaves and field slaves were, like, battling against each other, how yeah, exactly how you feel me, like dark skins don't match the light skins and stuff like that, and how we treat each other and how we feel about ourselves. You feel me, as a people. You feel me, like just from like the ancestral connections of like back then.
Yeah.
So like I feel it, like Muslims be like, yo, I'm an outcast. You feel me, like you feel me? Exactly. Like you feel me? Like I'm on God. Like I'm like no pun intended. On God, bro. Like
No.
I'm really like I'm just like I really just want the same thing as you do. Like I believe in one true God. I want peace. I feel like everybody should treat each other like respectfully and all this stuff. You feel me?
Like how many rude Muslims
like,
do you know personally? Like rude.
Rude?
Personally. I'm talking about the nigga from 7-Eleven. I'm talking about the nigga from anywhere.
That's what I'm trying to think, bro. Like rude.
Like rude, like out,
none,
like flat out. I'm gonna be a rude nigga. Like, oh, for sure. Like, you know, niggas come out the woodwork with that shit. Oh man.
And I'm not even trying to be like, I'm not even trying to be like biased or anything. Like, I'm just saying, like, bro, like I've seen, like, it's not even like when I say rude people, it's not even about your religion. I ain't never seen nobody like I've yet to be like, oh, bro, like I practice this religion, and they be like, oh, you practice that religion? I've yet to see that, bro. But like I said, we from Cali though, so like we keep it a buck. You feel me? We gotta keep it a buck, like keep it all the way 100. We from Cali, so remember things you like. We're liberal, so like it's looked at much different than it is in other states. You feel me? Like that's why we want to travel so much. That's why that's why you guys should travel to understand the different cultures. Like travel within your state. I mean your state. Travel within your country. Like the U.S. Go to Maine, New York, Louisiana, Oregon, Washington, hit like Ohio, Nebraska, hit all the spots, and then go out. You feel me? Go to Europe, China, Japan, Canada, Antarctica. Like just hit the world and just realize how much different like it is like out there. Like your mind really would change. Like you feel me?
All right, wait. Now that we gave y'all that lecture on the world and life and racism, I bet y'all didn't tune in. I bet y'all didn't know that was gonna happen.
Episode 10, bro. I told you I'm trying to go heavy with this episode. You feel
I think we had a viewer, and as soon as we started talking about the homeboy dip. Yes, sir. I think that boy gone. He's all, bro.
You feel me, bro?
Anyways,
when I go in on this stuff, bro, like it's
gotta go
different, fam. Like I really take this mug seriously. You feel me? Like,
do you want to break it up? Or you want to keep it going on one pod?
Keep it going, bro. Like I told you, I'm gonna make this one extra long, fam.
All right, let's go.
Like,
obviously, bro, you out here bringing out religion and stuff into it. I gotta go pray right now.
And I don't even want to like get in, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, obviously, I didn't plan on getting into this stuff like that, but I'm just saying, like, this is how in depth I thought about it, like when or like how mad I was when it came to like, bro, like all this came from Spider-Man not being in the MCU. Like, but they be like, people looking at it like, bro, okay, we get it, Spider-Man not in the MCU, but like, Marvel's still Marvel. They'll make phenomenal movies, they'll make phenomenal shows, and I'm like, nah, y'all don't understand. Like, there's so much more that they could do with this type of like. With this like TV shows and movie, like once like you can't expect like a person to be like, oh, I'm about to just put like a gay couple on a show, and people just gonna be like, cool.
Yeah, I feel you, bro. But on another note, what the fans really want to hear is about this new Big 3. The Fizz, hello?